Hello everybody, today I'm going to be showing you guys how I am currently grinding the Great One. I've kind of started up my Great One grind again, and I figured it'd be nice to get out a video on how I'm doing it because it's been quite some time since I uploaded my last Great One guide, so I figured I'd give you guys a little more in-depth look at how I'm currently grinding for them. I also decided that I'd bring out the 3 different variants of the 270 today. We got the 270 Warden, the 270's Stradivarius, and the default 270, which I forgot what this one's called, but you guys know which one I'm talking about. So yeah, we're gonna be looking for some whitetail today, and I'm gonna kind of show you guys how I'm currently grinding for them. Looks like these guys aren't at their zone yet, so we'll probably have to go to another one, because I did just reset the time, so we are currently at 12:47. I came over here because I hadn't hunted this spot in a while, but it looks like they're still not at their zone, so I think we'll probably jump up here. This is where I got that diamond a few days ago. You guys have seen the video most likely, so you guys know which diamond I'm talking about. Let's see what we got here. I've been getting really good respawns at this spot, so I'm hoping that we'll have another diamond at some point. The last 2 or 3 times I've gone through here, there's been at least one buck that's had a pretty high score estimate. Alright, so it looks like they are coming into their zone. We got 2 bucks at least. Not as good of respawns as last time, unfortunately. We just have some mediocre sized bucks. Well, we're gonna get in this stand and take them out. Let's try out the Stradivarius first. I've not used this variant in so long. So let's get these guys lined up. I want to wait until all of them are at their zone so we can try to get all 3 of them. Yeah, with the way they're sitting right now, I'm not sure if we'll be able to get all 3. Because they're kind of tucked behind each other. If we can get the middle guy and then kill this one on the right, we might be able to get all 3. Did we get that 3rd one? We did. Okay, so that's really good. I'm actually surprised that we got all 3 of them, but that is really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and fast travel to our tent and grab the ATV and go get those guys. Alright, so here's one of these guys. Now, a lot of times I just run through and claim them as quickly as I can so I can get to the next zone. You want to try and hit as many zones as you possibly can during their drinking time. Since you only have around, I think, 3 hours to hit everything, you want to kind of be really quick. So don't take too long looking at each of these, just grab them and move to the next spot. And I think the next spot we're going to go to is actually probably up here. It's been quite a while since I've checked this spot because I was having issues with the respawn, so hopefully they're here now. Because I do have a zone that's like right on the bank here. Well, we do have a buck, so that's good news. Because for a while they were not respawning, so it looks like they've started spawning in again. Yeah, we actually got 2 of them, so we'll take both of those guys out. This time we will use the 270 Warden. A good look at them. That should be 2 bucks down. Alright, here's our first little buck. I'm actually not sure where the second one ran. I think it's a little further up. But there's that little guy. And the other one is indeed up here. So we're at about 6.5 minutes on the recording. So as you can see, you want to grind pretty quickly like this. Because within a matter of, well, we didn't really shoot the first buck until a couple minutes into the video. So within a matter of like 4.5 to 5 minutes, we've killed 5 bucks. That's kind of what you want to go for. You want to get around $1 a minute, I'd say. It's probably the best way to do it if you're trying to be the most efficient possible. So we're probably going to jump down here now and see if these guys have actually made it to their zones yet. Now, I used to have a herd on the right side of the bridge, right about there, but I think they've stopped spawning. So it's only the herd over here. And it looks like this one has only got a doe in it as of now. So that's unfortunate. What we're going to do is, I have another herd that's a little bit further down. So I'm going to go try and check out them. So another reason why I decided to use the 270s is because it's one of those guns that pretty much everybody has access to pretty early on in their game. So it is good to kind of showcase what you can do with the 270 while doing this grinding. Obviously, like when you're low level, you're not going to have all the tents and stuff, but you can pretty much just apply this to any of your runs. Just try to be efficient and that will yield the best results. I've had quite a few diamonds doing this kind of grinding and it really is effective. Alright, so I do see at least one buck. I think another deer might have just spooked off. I'm not sure though. Oh, it's a bear. So the bear spooked off, but we do actually have quite a few deer here. And at least 2 of them are bucks, so we want to get both of them down. Looks like we actually have 3 bucks. We're going to try and get all 3. Not sure if we'll be able to get all 3 of them, but I'd like to. Alright, so there's actually 4 bucks. We'll kill these 3 because they're the biggest ones. We won't worry about this little guy right there. Let's use the 270 Huntsman this time. This is the 3rd variant of the 270. This is the one that most people probably know by now. Ooh, I hit the doe that was running in front of him. So now I actually can't shoot another one, because if I were to shoot another one, it would create tier 4 hunting pressure and that would delete the zone. So I'm not going to shoot another buck. That's unfortunate that that doe ran right in front of me. There's the first buck, 176. Here's that little doe. And here is the other buck. I believe this was the biggest one. Yeah, 197. So now that we've killed those, we're going to move to this zone right here in High Lake Swamps. This has always been a really good spot for me. This is where we got one of our piebalds during this Great One grind. So it is a good spot. Hopefully it delivers something today. And it looks like we don't have our respawns. Actually, we do have one right there. So we're going to take that buck out. The rest of them are probably back in the brush. But we'll probably only be able to get one. That should bring him down. Alright, here's this little buck right here. This is one of the cooler looking small bucks. I do like the way this little basket rack looks. It's just too bad that it doesn't score very high. I wouldn't mind getting a rare with that rack. But let's go ahead and move to the next spot. This zone right here has been a pretty decent whitetail spot for me. So we're going to go ahead and go there. Now, it has been a while since I've got my respawns here. I'm wondering if maybe they quit spawning. Oh, actually, looks like we got them finally. Alright, so we do have 2 bucks. We're going to want to kill both of them. That guy is a decent size for being a 70 to 85 buck. But we definitely want to kill him because he could potentially spawn at a higher weight class. But he's in a bad spot. Let's see if we can get him out. Because I really don't want to take a shot with him behind that bush. That's going to be very tricky to get the shot in there. I think I'm actually going to have to run around and try to spook him. Alright, we got him alert. So he should step out of there now. I don't believe we clipped that second one very good. We're going to want to try and get another shot in, but if we miss, then probably isn't worth our time to chase after him. Yeah, I think we missed. Because since we're trying to make the most out of the drink time, I don't really want to be searching for a wounded buck. So we're just going to leave that guy for now. And on our next run through here, we'll come back and try to kill him. Alright, so here's this little guy. 214. That's the best buck we've killed so far. Alright, so next up we're heading to these zones right here. Now this is at the top left of the map in Heightened Peaks. And I've got a zone right here and one right there. Usually you can run around here, shoot these bucks from this spot, and it usually won't spook these. So that's what we're going to try and do today, because usually these herds have at least 3 bucks each. So they've been very good for respawns, so hopefully we can get ourselves a great one out of this herd. I do really like this location, and I think it'd be really cool to kill a great one here. Alright, so there's one of the bucks. We're still quite a ways out. We're gonna want to try and get to about there on the bank. And yeah, we see at least 1 buck. There should be a couple more in there, unless I have not got my respawns. So this is the buck that we spotted first. There's also a level 1 buck right there. And another small level 2. So it looks like we did get kind of screwed on our respawns this time. All of them are pretty small. We'll go ahead and kill all of them. Gonna target these level 2s first, then go for the level 1 after. Actually, it's probably good that I only shot 2. I think another one would have deleted that zone. I actually forgot that there was still a little bit of hunting pressure here. We should be good with that though. But this means this next zone I'm actually gonna have to push the deer out of if I want to take them. Because if I shoot them while they're in their zone, it could delete one of these zones because they kind of overlap a little bit. So we are gonna want to try and spook them down a little bit. Probably push them down the river. I really hope you guys are enjoying these little longer, more informational videos where I kind of just show you guys how I hunt each species. Because I do enjoy doing these from time to time. Just kind of give you guys a look at what goes into getting all these cool trophies for the videos. There's quite a bit of grinding like this that goes into finding all of those. As a lot of you that watch my streams probably know by now, there's times where we go 3 hours without finding anything good. But in the end it does pay off because when you grind like this, you have a pretty good chance of getting some nice stuff to spawn. On an average day, I'd say I usually put in at least 3 runs like this, where I go through, kill pretty much everything, reset the time 6 times to get our respawns, and then repeat. And it's been giving some cool trophies. We did get that diamond whitetail just under a week ago. And I've had a few that were really close to diamonds since then. Ooh, that's a level 3 right there. Right as I'm talking about how we've had some pretty good spawns. That, however, is a troll level 3, so that's not really anything too special, sadly. How far away is he? Okay, so he's still a little too close. We want to push him back further so that he doesn't accidentally overlap zones and delete the one that we're in. So we are actually going to want to spook this guy just to get him away. I don't want to delete this zone. I don't have a stand here. I really need to put one up. Eventually I'm going to put a stand on this side and then probably one right there. So we'll probably do that sometime between now and the next video. Now I'm not too worried about where these guys spook because most of the time when you spook them here, they run along this little path across the river. So we should have a pretty clear shot on one of them. I would really like to get that level 3 down, even though it's going to be a troll. Still good to get it down for its respawn. Though, of course, the one time that I talk about where they usually run after they spook, they decide not to go that way. So they're kind of tucked away in this brush now. But we'll get them. Just going to be a little harder now. Alright, so there he is. Let's see if we can sneak a shot in on him. That looked like it was a bad shot. It shouldn't die though, because this is just the 270. But we got him leaking. Hopefully we can get up close. Like I said though, this guy is a troll, so I'm not really too worried about getting full score on him, as you can probably tell with me taking a running shot on him. Guys, he has no chance of making diamonds, so it's not really worth trying to get a perfect shot. We're just going to try and get him down as quickly as we can. He is being a little more stubborn than I would have liked though. But now that we've hit him here, it doesn't really matter where he ends up because the hunting pressure will still be right in this area. So that's the good part about this. We might want to let him get down into a more open area now that we've actually hit him and we don't have to worry about the hunting pressure. But we'll see how things go. Hopefully I can just find him up here. Alright, so he did eventually die. We're going to go look for him now. We're not going to get full score on him, but like I was saying before, doesn't really matter for this one. Unfortunately, we wasted a little more time than I would have liked to on this guy. I was really hoping that he'd just go along the river like they normally do, but of course it had to go up into the trees. Which is another reason why I kind of took that shot. I wanted to just get him down as quick as we possibly could. Because we've already taken longer than we should have trying to get this guy down, but since it is a level 3, it's definitely worth chasing and spending a little extra time on just because it could give us a pretty good respawn. Could even potentially get a great one to spawn from him, which would be pretty awesome. I doubt we will, but like I was saying, it's always worth getting them down. And here is that level 3 buck. This guy's actually going to be a really low scoring level 3, which is kind of sad. If my calculations are correct, this guy's going to be in the 260s, which is really small for a level 3. But let's go ahead and get a quick picture of this guy, probably. There we go. Yeah, I can already tell by the rack this guy was definitely a smaller one. Yeah, 270.20. It actually just barely hit 270, so it is a smaller buck. You can actually see that this antler is quite a bit smaller, actually. So yeah, that's pretty unfortunate, but it is a level 3 nonetheless, so... You know, we'll temporarily put him in our lodge. Just temporarily until we can get either a diamond blacktail or a diamond mule deer to fill up that wall mount. But yeah, let's go ahead and move to the next location. We've wasted more time than I wanted to, like I was saying, so we don't have as much spots that we can check in this amount of time, sadly. Now for this spot here, there's actually one herd that's kind of hidden from my stand. They usually drink right behind this mound, but we do have a couple herds that are in vision. This one seems to be back in the brush at the moment. It's kind of like 50-50 whether they'll be drinking in the open or not. It looks like they're not this time, so they're probably tucked behind this little hill, which is kind of unfortunate, but we also have a herd over here somewhere. I believe it's in this brush right here. Unfortunately, none of them are visible, so basically if none of them are visible, I just move to another spot because it's not really worth looking for these if they're kind of hidden. You'd make better use of your time going straight to another location. We're gonna go ahead and go down to here and here real quickly. I do believe these go to, one of these goes to 1530. This one does, so we're gonna check that out. And this one also goes to 1530. So these are two that I usually do last because of that fact, because there's a little bit extra time that I can actually hit those spots versus others. So it's always good to do the 1530 zones last, just so you don't lose out on any of the 15 zones. Now since it is just barely past 15, I do want to still check the herd that's on the close side of the lake because there is a chance that they're still there or they might just be leaving. So I do want to look there and see if we got any respawns from that herd. And then we will go to the herd that's on the opposite side of the lake. They're far enough apart to where I can shoot one from this herd without spooking those over there. So if we can, we'll try to do that. Alright, so it does look like they've already left. So in that case, we will just go straight to the other herd. And we actually do have some bucks out in the open. This is actually pretty lucky. Usually they tuck themselves back in these trees, but today they're out in the open, so we're gonna try and get at least two of them. I think I still have some hunting pressure. Yeah, I do still have some hunting pressure, so we can only shoot two. So we'll want to shoot the two with the highest estimates. This one goes up to 204, 202, and 184, so we want to get these two. So I'll wait for that guy to lift his head up, and then we'll shoot him first. Alright, so that should kill both of those. So we'll run up and grab them and then head to the next location. Alright, so here is one of the bucks. This one scores 180. I believe that is the bigger of the two, if I remember right. Actually, this one is 181.70, but now that we've killed those, I immediately go to this zone over here. So we'll want to go to this tent. Now, you can get whitetail at both of those lakes. Both these lakes right here and this one right here. I'm not going to check this spot though because it usually just has does for me. So one more thing I did want to talk about is I'm probably going to be putting a different kind of music in the background of this video, so let me know if you guys like it. It's going to be a little more of an upbeat type song, so I'm hoping that it maybe makes the videos a little more entertaining. I do want to kind of switch it up a little bit because we've been using the same song in the background of all the videos for quite a while now. So it's 1534. It looks like we just barely missed these guys. Now, if we didn't have to chase down that level 3, we would have easily got here in time, but it looks like they're already gone, so... Alright, so here is the whitetail that we just killed. I decided to put it along with this other whitetail and our diamond Rocky Mountain elk. So they're going to be chilling right here. I think this looks the best. I moved the fallow to that plaque over there. I'm not going to show what's on the other plaques because it would spoil tomorrow's video, but you guys probably understand. But anyway, That's going to be it for this video. If you guys have not subscribed to the channel and you're enjoying the content, be sure to do that. I see that over 60% of you guys are not subscribed currently, but are still watching multiple videos, so if you're one of those people, consider subscribing today. It really does help the channel out. And also be sure to like the video because it also helps out a ton. But until next time, peace my dudes. I hope you all have a fantastic day.